just because you currently don't have a skill or you don't think that you're a very insert skill type of person doesn't mean that you have to be forever, right? That is not your fate for the rest of your life. The example I want to give you today is I run a maths tutoring company, and today I had a chat with a lovely family and a daughter who's getting a 1 in her GCSEs, which for people my age and older, that's like an E in her marks. And she's struggling. But what was wild is I went through and I did some testing with her, and she's actually really smart. Like, she's a quick learner, she is intelligent, she is articulate. And so this doesn't add up. If you have drawn a short straw in life, or you're the type of person who labels themselves as a can-do person, you will find a way rather than being beaten down by the situation of the world. Then just because you can't do something right now, bloody well go and find someone who can help you do it. That's it. And so I ran through a few questions and I was like, have you ever heard of how to do this dividing fractions? Have you heard of this method? She's like, no, never heard of it. I'm like, cool, let me guide you through this. And in 30 seconds, she could do this whole topic, which her parents literally went, what? That is so easy. And they're like, yep. The problem that you've had is a bad teacher or bad teachers in the past who haven't given you the time of day. And they were like, oh my God, yeah. And I'm like, now you're building on top of knowledge that you don't have. You're now being pitched work at the wrong level. So of course you're not going to understand what's happening. Like, if you just teleport yourself to China and you do not speak Chinese, you're going to find it really hard to do anything without being able to learn the language or having like a phone or something that's going to translate for you. And we're like, yeah, I guess. And that's exactly what's happening now. So all we've got to do is go back to the basics and you'll figure this out so quick. And it was really interesting talking to this girl. She just wants a pass and she doesn't want to have to look at it again. But after the hope that she received from having seen how possible it actually can be for her, I was like, now look, I know you said you just want to pass, but I actually think you can do way more than that. If I am right, would you want to if you actually started enjoying it? And she was like, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd never really thought I could be that person. And so I then suggested, well, what we should do is set you up so that you're exam ready to where you want to be right now, but a year ahead of time. So that if you get there and you're done, great, you're done. And if you're not, you've then got options to step up and actually explore the world that you otherwise thought was not available to you. And the relief on her eyes to be like, oh my God, I didn't realize that could be the case. Super excited about it. Can't wait to see her results. But it just made me reflect that there are so many situations like this in life. And I was watching a video earlier today of a company that just sold out. They started 5 years ago, and in 5 years time, in 5 years later, which is now, they're doing $500 million turnover a year. And they're a soda company in America. And I've tried their stuff, it's really nice, so I'm not surprised. But they just sold to Pepsi for $2 billion with a B. And the man's 38, his wife is 39, and they built this thing together. But the biggest tip for give to people was this, is that embarrassment is a massively underexplored emotion. In that, by definition, if you are not good at something, you're going to be bad. It's going to be embarrassing. But explore that emotion, fail faster, so that you can learn skills and improve and be better and then be the person you want to be. And it was nice to just see that and give that opportunity to people. So if I can help anyone else experience that, if I can help you to understand, or me on days where I don't feel it, to understand that, like, what's the worst thing that happens when you fail? Nothing. Nothing. You go again. That's it. Like, hurry up and make those mistakes. Dive in the deep end, enjoy the process. And like you can learn, you just have to go through the process of learning, and that's okay. Like if you look at a child, no one came out of the womb able to walk, able to talk, able to do algebra, to run businesses, paint. None of these things were gifted to you. You learnt them. That's fine. And you start off by sucking. Like, have you ever looked at a child draw or write a letter? It's embarrassingly bad, and they are embarrassingly awful for about a decade. So why do you think that you would be above that? Because now you have a few transferable skills? Yes. But is it exactly the same thing? No. And so it's okay to suck. Actually, it's the normal thing in life. So get sucking faster. And go and find the people who have done what you want to do. Be surrounded by the stuff, be excited. Freaking get after it. So from a very sunny, a very beautiful Melbourne, Australia. Have a great day. Peace.